Welcome to Amazing World Channel.
Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media captionCatalans sing their anthem Els Segadors, or the Reapers Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont says the Spanish region has won the right to statehood following a contentious referendum that was marred by violence. He said the door had been opened to a unilateral declaration of independence. Catalan officials later said 90% of those who voted backed independence in Sunday's vote. The turnout was 42.3%. Spain's constitutional court had declared the poll illegal, and hundreds of people were injured as police used force to try to block voting. Officers seized ballot papers and boxes at polling stations. With this day of hope and suffering, the citizens of Catalonia have won the right to an independent state in the former republic, Mr. Puigdemont said in a televised address flanked by other senior Catalan leaders. My government, in the next few days, will send the results of today's vote to the Catalan Parliament, where the sovereignty of our people lies, so that it can act in accordance with the law of the referendum. He said the European Union could no longer continue to look the other way. Image caption Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont was flanked by members of his government as he made his statement. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption police have been filmed violently tackling voters and appearing to pull a woman by her hair. In another development, more than 40 trade unions and Catalan associations called a region-wide strike on Tuesday due to the grave violation of rights and freedoms. Earlier, as voting ended, Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy said Catalans had been fooled into taking part in an illegal vote. He called it a mockery of democracy. At this hour I can tell you in the strongest terms what you already know, and what we have seen throughout this day. There has not been a referendum on self-determination in Catalonia, he said. Large crowds of independent supporters gathered in the center of the regional capital Barcelona on Sunday evening, waving flags and singing the Catalan anthem. Anti-independence protesters have also held rallies in Barcelona and other Spanish cities. How bad was the violence? The Catalan government said more than 800 people had been injured in clashes across the region. Those figures included people who had suffered relatively minor complaints such as anxiety attacks. The Spanish Interior Ministry said 12 police officers had been hurt and 3 people arrested. It added that 92 polling stations had been closed. In Girona, riot police smashed their way into a polling station, where Mr. Puigdemont was due to vote, and forcibly removed those inside. Mr. Puigdemont voted at another station. The BBC's Tom Burrage in Barcelona witnessed police being chased away from one polling booth after they had raided it. TV footage showed riot police using batons to beat a group of firefighters who were protecting crowds in Girona. Image caption this woman suffered a head injury in Barcelona. The National Police and Guardia Civil, a military force charged with police duties, were sent into Catalonia in large numbers to prevent the vote. The Catalan police, the Mossos d'Esquadra, have been placed under Madrid's control. However, witnesses said they showed little inclination to use force on protesters. Barcelona Mayor Ada Colau condemned police actions against the region's defenseless population, but Spain's Deputy Prime Minister Soraya Sáenz de Santamaría said police had acted with professionalism and in a proportionate way. Image copyright Boris Lona via Twitter. Image caption the Mossos d'Esquadra are held in high esteem by Catalans. How much voting took place? Catalan authorities said 319 of about 2,300 polling stations across the region had been closed by police, while the Spanish government said 92 stations had been closed. Announcing the results, the Catalan government said about 2.26 million of Catalonia's 5.34 million voters had been able to cast their ballot. Since Friday, thousands of people have occupied schools and other buildings designated as polling stations in order to keep them open. Many of those inside were parents and their children, who remained in the buildings after the end of lessons on Friday and bedded down in sleeping bags on gym mats. Catalonia, a wealthy region of 7.5 million people in northeastern Spain, has its own language and culture. It also has a high degree of autonomy, but is not recognized as a separate nation under the Spanish Constitution. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption voters attempt to stop police seizing ballots. Some shouted, "We will vote, we are peaceful people."